Coming up on this week's episode of Unpicked, episode 99.
99.
I got 99 problems, but the cheeks ain't one. Tell you that for free.
Get this one out of the way ASAP so I can get to act free, so I can get hopefully some R&B. Beyonce.
You are really not buying into Beyonce going into any other genre at all. It's allegedly. We are saying it's allegedly.
Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
Your boy back at the gym again. Back again. I just went for a, what is it called? Treadmill and lift class with my younger brother. And yeah, I probably haven't run on a treadmill in like 7 years or something.
Okay.
Reeling. And my legs.
Did you go running? Because when I saw you on the weekend, I said
No.
that I incorporated running.
Not even.
So now you trying to
Not
copy
even.
me. Like,
Not
now
even.
you trying to copy me because I said I started
Not
running. You was like, oh,
even.
that's impressive. Running's not easy. I was like, who you telling?
Yeah, it's
And now I'm hearing, okay, cool. I'm glad that I could influence somebody, you know, influencer.
Nah, it's my brother. My brother said,
Influencer.
yo, come to this class. It was horrible. In a good way, but it was horrible.
I feel like running, you just, the excess body fat just falls off.
I can just feel my
You don't even have to
backside
be
jiggling.
doing it for... Listen, that was me the other day. And I told my bestie as well, I was like, yo, as I was leaving the gym, I was like, listen, I'm so gassed because I know I had people preeing me in the gym. Today. People was like, you're not serious. I said, because I was on the treadmill running and I could feel the cheeks.
You can feel the jiggling.
I could feel the cheeks. I said, yeah, I know they were preeing me from the back. I know. I'm so not... I'm not a serious person. What motivates me in the gym is I want to have BBL allegations without actually having a BBL. So every time I go gym and I do leg day or I run and I get that booty pump, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly.
I want that
Because
BBL backside.
Trust me, I'm trying to oppress people in the summer this year.
You'll see anyway. Carnival
to
is my
be
deadline for the
menace to-
outside. Yeah.
Yeah, menace to society. Might even wear booty shorts at Carnival this year. People ain't ready for me.
You know, like there's a gap, especially with legs, between you've done the workout and the actual pain of the workout. I'm in the gap, but I can already assess how intense the pain is going to be and exactly where the pain is going to insert itself. I'm worried.
When I do leg day, because I'm doing body recomp, so I'm lifting really, really heavy, I feel the pain immediately. It's not when I leave. It's not the next day. It's not hours up. It's immediately. It's like, okay.
Yeah, for legs.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I feel it in the cheeks as well. And I'll be like, yeah, it's gonna be a long couple of days. I feel it immediately. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm lifting to the point where my legs are shaking, so it's immediate. It's not, yeah, like because I'm lifting heavy, yeah. So it's not. I wish it would give you some respite, but it don't.
I start running, boy.
It don't. But yeah, hey, hello, hi, peeps. It's your home slice Dammy Zane in the building, alongside my co-host,
Mr. Venom today. In the
That's
building.
right. Episode 99.
99.
I got 99 problems, but the cheeks ain't one. I'll tell you that for free. Do you know what I mean? Did you even catch what I said?
Yeah, of course.
But the cheeks ain't one. I tell you that for free. First of all, listen, guys, and I feel like I have to say this every other episode. Like we need to get back to being consistent. Like we've not been very consistent with you lot for some time now, and yeah, we're sorry about that. This week would have been episode 100 if I didn't have a audio malfunction last week. And it wasn't until it was time for me to edit that I realised I had no sound. So I was like, boy, we ain't going to have an episode then. So it is what it is. But everything's working today. So
Everything's working.
everything's
Levels is
working. So we
leveling.
should be... Listen, I'm pre-ing the level. I'm pre-ing the volume. Like, is it still doing what it needs to do? Listen, because that was annoying. Because last week we had a good episode for you. Like, we kikied, we kakad.
We kikied like
things
farmer.
were said. Listen, trust me. And then literally got to editing and I was like, yo, Venom, don't be upset with me, but there's no episode this week.
It happens.
So
it happens.
It happens. It's not the first time that we've had a some sort of technical difficulties. But yeah, we're gonna try and be consistent now, and we'll forewarn you if we're taking a break. That's how we're gonna do it, like we used to do it before. But yeah, to the newbies, welcome. To the oldies, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. We love you. Let's do episode 99. Have you got your song of the week?
I've got my song of the week. It's an old school R&B joint, but I've been cleaning my DJ library, doing my deep cleanse where I have to delete all the songs that I don't play ever. So I was doing my deep cleanse for R&B, and then I came across this song and I was like, you know what? I don't play this song, but I will keep it and endeavor to play it whenever I can. It's called Freak Mode by The Realists. Do you ever recall this song? It's basically from like the end of the So Solid Crew era, and The Realists came through as like this R&B group affiliated with So Solid Crew and dropped one song that was a banger.
So let me stop you right there. You see UK R&B back then?
Yeah.
There was only a handful of artists that I cared about. I'm not even gonna cap. I was one of those people that only appreciated American.
No, me too. But this
American
one
R&B.
song,
That's why I don't know. That's why I'm telling you I don't know it. Okay, I don't even know the artist. You said that, I'm like, who that? Who that? If it wasn't Craig David,
it was giving Craig David though, but not. Okay. But not. It was more genuine sounding. But then they only had the one song.
So what's the name of the song?
Freak Mode.
Freak Mode. Okay, cool, nice, cool. I'm going American on brand, and I'm going country.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm going country. I'm going country. The name of the artist is called Tana Adele. And the name of the song is Buckle Bunny. I promise you, it slaps.
I don't know if I can, man. I don't know if I can.
I don't like country music, typically. But I fell into this rabbit hole because basically what had happened was Tana dropped a tweet off the back of Beyonce's 16 Carriages.
Yeah.
And Texas Hold'em or whatever it is. And she was like, hopefully one day me and Bay can do a collab, right? And you know, the Black community, to be honest, I feel like the Black community, we're like the worst haters sometimes because we just can't let people have their moment. Do you know what I mean? We feel like we have to humble people all the time. So people came in the comments, of course, replies, doing up. Beyonce's already done her album. She's already done her album. She ain't going to do a collab with you. And Tana was like, I didn't say this album. I said in the future. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway, that's how I stumbled across a clip.
Right. Like,
she did like a clip of this song. And apparently it's on an album that she did last year. So either 2022 or 2023. And I must have played the clip on Twitter like 10 times. I was so like, oh, okay. Then I went to Spotify, played the whole song. I said, yeah, I could rock with this. And then went back to the feed, the thread, sorry.
Yeah.
And people were dropping other Black country artists that, because it's country, people don't really talk about them. So I came across a list. I said, okay. And that's how I fell into the hole. And I was impressed. I was like, what can't we do? What can't we do as a
But they
people?
were saying that black people invented country. But what's her name? And what's the song name? Sorry, Tana. Like T-A-N-A.
Tanner, Tanner.
N-E-R.
Surname Adele, Adell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanner Adele. And the song's called Buckle Bunny. Her flow, the lyrics. I said, okay. I'm not really into country, but if it's country like this, I can get behind it. So yeah, that's my song for this week's Song of the Week.
I'm literally listening to it right now.
Okay. Like right now.
Right now. I'll pause it. So I like it. You know what the weird thing about country to me is sometimes it's the pronunciation rather than the music itself that makes it country. Because I think that the music kind of sounded just like R&B, but with a guitar, like a country's playing in a country style. But her pronunciation, her lyrics, is where the country element.
You talking about Tanner?
Yeah.
And I think that's why I appreciate it, because it's not too
country.
You know what I mean? It's they've blackified it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool, I can get behind this. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna add. And I really enjoyed it. It feels like a fun song, you know. So, and me, I like to have fun, so that's why I'm putting it on there.
The reason why this country thing is a problem to me is because I'm DJ brain weighing up whether I buy into it or not. It's basically that's going to be the trend this summer, and I'm like, am I giving in or am I just not?
Shall we go to Have You Seen?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Let's go to Have You Seen. So, not Have You Seen, but have you listened to 16 Carriages?
Probably once.
How did you feel about it?
I felt very much like I need to get this one out of the way ASAP so I can get to Act 3, so I can get hopefully some R&B Beyonce. That's how I felt.
You are really not buying into Beyonce going into any other genre at all.
That's not why I go to Beyonce.
So I was surprised. I surprised myself.
Why,
because I listened to it. No, it's not even that I'm feeling it. I listened to it and I got emotional. I cried. The first time I heard it, I really listened to the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me emotional. And I don't know why or how I connected to the song like that. It got me so emotional, I started crying. And then I thought, I mean, maybe, because I've noticed one thing about me, as I'm getting older, I cry over anything. Like, I watch something and I'm like, oh, it's emotional. Start crying.
I've been there.
I don't know if it's my age. I don't know if it's age. Like, I don't know what it is, but...
No, it's age. And
I used to be hard
when you're
body.
By yourself. No, but when you're by yourself and at this age, it does that. If you're in company, you'll firm it better. But when you're actually alone, you're like... You allow yourself to tap into your emotions.
Thank you for trying to save me with if I was around other people, but I can't cap. I'm an emotional person now. And I used to be emotional. Like I get overwhelmed and then I can start crying. But that used to happen with things like giving speeches. So like my cousin's wedding, I was her one and only bridesmaid and maid of honor, biggest honor of my life. And when I had to give my speech, my voice started croaking after one sentence. Everybody knows me for that. When it's time to like public speaking and I got to talk about something emotional, guaranteed I'm going to cry. So I'm the one that they don't call to pray in front of everybody. They don't call me to do speech because I'm going to... and then I can't get the words out. But that's just isolated to that scenario or that type of scenario. But in terms of watching movies, shows, theatre, listening to music, anything outside of that, I'll feel it, I'll be touched, but I wouldn't cry. like proper crying.
Mhm.
I listened to 16 Carriages. I listened to the lyrics, and then I was in my feelings, and I started crying, and I was like, get a grip. So I said, okay, let me put it down. I'll come back to it. I listened to it again another time of day. It wasn't even like grey outside. It was like the sun was somewhat shining. I was in a happy mood. Played 16 Carriages. Cried again. I think the message for me and the transparency from Beyonce is what got me
yeah. But what is
emotional.
the message? Because I really have not listened to it.
So from what I gather from the lyrics is she's talking about how she, from the age of 15, 16, had to work basically to support the family. So like the first half of the song, or at least up to the first pre-chorus, she talks about, you know, what it was like to be touring and breaking her back basically as a young singer to support her family. And then towards the end, like from the middle to the end of the song, it's more about legacy and the fact that, you know, she's had to continue to do that. And there's almost like a parallel of how the way she feels, or the way she felt when she was 16 is still how she feels now. Being overwhelmed, overworked, not able to spend time with her family the way she wants to, all of that stuff. And I think the reason why it got me emotional is because I think if you were, sorry, and I know some people get annoyed when eldest talk about being the eldest daughter, but if you were an eldest daughter that actually behaved like an eldest daughter, and when I say that, I mean like you were actually responsible, not one of those eldest daughters that was just like F you lot and did what you wanted.
Yeah.
I think you would relate to Beyonce's this song, because there is a sacrifice, and you might even be able to relate to it as an eldest child, period. There is a sacrifice that we kind of have to give as the eldest when you've got younger siblings anyway. And so, you know, there was a lyric, and she was talking about like losing her innocence from the age of 15 because she had to provide. I didn't have to provide for my family, but because of the circumstances in my family, from a very young age, I had to grow up. So my childhood was like cut short to a great extent, because I had to now be this role for the family, and it's been like that ever since. And I really resonated with that message that her being so raw and open about that part of her life. And you know what? I didn't really consider Beyonce as like a child celebrity. Like, you know, when you think of like MJ and that, you know that being a child celebrity is traumatic for that celebrity, because they don't have a childhood. They're working hard from like,
and they're all famous, and
they're famous, you know. And even when you look at MJ's story, Janet Jackson's story, the whole Jackson 5 story, they were making money they were paying the bills from like a young age, right? So, but I never considered Beyonce to be in that same category, if that makes sense, because she wasn't as young as MJ when she started, for example. Yeah. But then I deeped it.
No, I was saying I hear it. Sorry,
But then I deeped it. But then I deeped it that she was 16 when Destiny's Child was
Destiny's Child in.
She was 16.
Young women, boy.
Young women. You know, not in their teenage, hadn't been in their teenage years for long enough for us to even call them mature teenagers. So it really opened my eyes to the fact that Beyonce has really given her the majority of her life to the music industry. And that is huge. So for me, it was a part of the emotion was that realization of the legacy that she has actually left, despite my feelings about her and, you know, now, and the fact that I'm not a fan now or anything like that. But accolades where accolades are due. She's given her pretty much her whole life to this craft. She's mastered it, and she's one of the best of her time. And then to then realize that, oh, there's actually similarities between her and like MJ, in that from very young, she had to do, okay, I'm the provider for the family, essentially, and how traumatic that could be. Not that she talks about it as if it's trauma, but technically it is. So, yeah, it's made me look at her a little bit differently, or that realization for me was, yeah, it made me emotional, so to speak. That being said, I have a feeling that Beyonce's retiring soon.
100%. I say Act 3 is the maximum we're getting out of Beyonce.
And then after that, she's done.
Yeah.
And
that's if we're lucky. Like,
I agree.
You got Act 2, then you get the tour based on Act 2. And then if we're lucky, you get an Act 3, and that's it. Curtains. That's why I said I just want to skip along.
I do think we're going to get an Act 3 though, because didn't she insinuate something before she even brought out Renaissance?
Yeah. She definitely did somewhere along the lines insinuate that there was a 3-part album or something to that.
Exactly. Effect, and we knew that we were getting 3 different genres. So we've had the Renaissance. Now we've got this country vibe. And then hopefully the last act will be
that big bad R&B. Just to close the show.
Because what other genre can she do? She's done everything. At this point, Beyonce's done everything. Really, she's done R&B, pop. She even tried to hand her a bit of rap.
Yeah, she's done trapping it out with Jay-Z.
Just trapping. Yeah, she's done electro. She's pretty much done everything. Like, when you really think about it,
I can think she's done everything.
So it only makes sense that she goes back to her origins with the last one. We can only hope and pray, and I will actually invest in that album. That last one, I'll invest
for it. I know.
To remind, if it's R&B, I will invest just to take, because that's my childhood. Like, Beyonce is my childhood. Do you get it? She's. I grew up with Beyonce, so if she comes with the R&B, I'll 100%. I'll listen to the album.
I can't wait.
I can't wait
for it. It better not be no ballady version though. It better be giving Beyonce. Yeah.
I want a mix. I want some ballad.
I don't want no ballad.
And I want some ballad.
Want no ballad.
Okay, I heard you the first time, but I do want some ballad. If it's gonna be true R&B, we need some ballads in there. We need it. Especially with her more mature vocal range now.
The only addition I need is slow jams. There's not enough Beyonce slow jams. There's not enough slow jams.
That's because Beyonce, she did what? Dance for You or whatever it was. And it gave...
Dance for You.
But it didn't... Tonight I'm gonna dance for you. Whoa,
what album is that?
God, I don't know what album that is on.
It's not the recent one. I'll quickly check.
Nah, this is an old song. That's an old one.
Beyonce.
That's an old one.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of?
It's on the album Beyonce. It's on the album the self-titled album Beyonce.
Let's have a little dance for you.
Beyonce.
Oh hell no! It started with an organ. That's not slow jams.
There you go. That's the only kind of, because she was trying to do up sexy in the video.
Yeah.
And I felt that she did that because at that time Beyonce was sexy, but she wasn't sexy in her music. So she was trying to do up like since
the in between.
That's what Rihanna was giving. So that's what it was given at the time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, because the thing is, Rocket is sexual, but it's not a slow jam. It's too warm.
It's sexual.
1+1 again is warm. It's not sexy. It's sexual. But like T-shirt is more the vibe.
When you're not here, that's T-shirt. Okay.
That's more the vibe. It's not 100% it, but that's definitely a lot closer than the rest.
You know what? I scrap what I said. Scrap the whole damn thing. I don't want R&B for Beyonce. I want Beyonce's final album. to be a Destiny's Child reunion. Because once she retires, we ain't getting that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're doing a new album. Destiny's Child. I don't think they're doing a new album.
I don't care about what is. I'm just telling you what the dream is, what the wish is, what the desire is. I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
You want another album from Destiny's Child?
100%. Just give me one reunion, please.
I don't think another album is gonna. Yeah.
Okay. This is the compromise, Beyonce. Your final act, please let it be old school Beyonce, R&B vibes. Can we have a couple tracks? Oh, do you know what? A couple tracks is too much. One track featuring Michelle and Kelly Rowland.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Yeah. Just to give us like
the sayonara.
A little bit of like here's a little bit of Destiny's Child. Just a little bit of Destiny's Child. Just please.
Yeah, I think that would probably happen. I think that would probably happen.
That would get everyone everyone will be talking. That song will, so long as the song bangs, that song will.
The song will always bang. There's even a low key song like that nobody knows that they did. That was like a new song, not attached to an album, called Nuclear. Do you know that song? It was produced by Pharrell, and it was so low key that Nuclear.
Yeah. I heard it.
Slaps.
Yeah.
And it's so low key. It's like so not a comeback single. They're just like, let's just.
That's how you know. That's how you know I'm a Destiny's Child fan. Stan. There's no song that they've done that I don't know. From Christmas album, remix, refix, I know it.
It's got them
I know it. And that's what, like, it literally just came to me like, you know what? I could do without another Beyonce album, but you give me a Destiny's Child album, I'm there. Yeah, 100%.
A Destiny's Child album is without a doubt. That's why I said I want Beyonce R&B. That's the only thing comparable.
Let's see what we get, but I do think that this is her last. That album will be her last, I think, and then I think she'll just. Because I'm already getting that vibe from her anyway. Like seeing her at the Grammys.
She's been checked out.
She's just, you could just see it in her that she's just.
She's been checked out.
She's doing like you know when you get them legends, yeah. And they get to that point where they stop bringing out new projects, and they're regal when they come to events. It's like they look at everyone else. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They start looking at everyone like, oh, this is cute. Look at what you lot are doing.
Yeah. You're still bringing out new albums. Yeah.
That's the vibe I get from Beyonce. Like at the Grammys, she was like, Blue was sitting on the opposite side of the table, and I can't remember who was performing, and Beyonce was just watching like, okay, this is what the new kids be doing. Okay.
And it's true because the thing is, it's such a par because people be singing their hearts out. This is new music. This is them trying to do the numbers. These times she's just like, new album, like, buy my tickets.
I think it was Dua Lipa. I think it was Dua Lipa. I think it was Dua Lipa that was performing,
Yeah.
And I think she did this like come through the crowd. No, I don't know if it was Dua Lipa that's performing. Someone was performing, and Dua Lipa was in the audience, but she was closer to Blue Ivy, and Beyonce was at the back of the table basically. And the artist comes off the stage, and I can't remember who the artist was. Artist comes off the stage trying to like interact with them lot, and on Beyonce's face was giving, please don't come to me because I'm just here to watch you lot. Please don't come to me. But her face, and like every time they cut to Beyonce when someone's performing or whatever, Beyonce's vibe is very much like, oh, these are what the kids doing now. Like, you know that auntie vibe, that, oh yeah, okay, it's what you lot do now. Okay, cool.
But she's done checked out. Imagine
she's out here.
Beyonce is what? She's only a couple of years older than me. So let's say she's 41. I can't remember what her actual age is, but let's just say she's 41.
Yeah, I think Beyonce is actually 10 years older than exactly 10 years older than me, if I remember correctly. Her and Aaliyah
should be like about 42 or something then.
Yeah.
So imagine Beyonce's 42 and she's been doing this since she was 16 and been successful. this is all old news. Like, this is just annual fodder. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not exciting. I've done this for like, 30? Is it 30? Is it 25? I've done this 25 years in a row. And I won most of the time. Like, or not won, but do you know what I mean? Like, I was the best person there 25 years in a row. Like, this is not exciting. So just don't come to me with the camera, or you as an artist, don't come to me because I don't know your music, because I'm barely here. You know what I mean? I'm here as a courtesy.
Yeah, she's 42. She's 42.
So, yeah, it's a bit mad. 42, been doing it since she was 16.
That's what I'm saying, because it kind of reminds me of like when I go to
at least.
When I go to family events, yeah, and I see the youngers doing all their new dance moves, and I look at them like, I remember when I was your age. That's the vibe she was giving. Like, okay, oh, that's cute.
Oh, really? Okay. Nice. That's really nice.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cute. I was like, not Beyonce giving auntie vibes at these award shows, like.
Madness.
But at this point, she is royalty. She is a legend. So, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Daddy Love.
Daddy.
Whatever he calls himself these days. The allegations are getting worse and worse. Oh God.
Yeah.
His downfall is around the corner. It's around the corner.
It's not around the corner, it's here. It's right. Oh, you know, like when someone's falling down the stairs, but they're fighting it. This is what it looks like. Instead of just letting yourself be limp.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. So, guys, I don't know if you haven't heard before, but somebody else has come out.
Yeah.
This time it's a man that has supposedly worked with Diddy, going by the name on this. You know, Cassie's one was a 33 pager. This one is 75 pages.
Oh wow.
Worth of document. He goes by the name of Mr. Jones. We don't know who that is. It just says Mr. Jones. He has accused Diddy of allegedly sexually assaulting him. And he also mentions, or the documents allude to Diddy having a sexual relationship or some sort of sexual something with another artist who was affiliated with Nicki Minaj and who has also recently performed at the Super Bowl. So, Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter, has the people them talking because they're saying it must be Meek Mill and it must be Usher. But of course, we don't know. It's all alleged. The documents don't state it, or it's all been redacted anyway. So there's no way of us knowing exactly who. But, videos now are surfacing of, videos of Meek Mills and Diddy, pictures of them together wearing matching clothes, in compromising positions, things that were said like Meek Mills calling Diddy daddy at one point in a pool or something, and all sorts. And people are like, connecting the dots.
Mad.
Don't know if they're connecting it correctly. And so, yeah, this is how Diddy is going out. This is how he's going out.
It's a tragic end, boy, to a very long legacy. It's a very tragic end.
Do you think he did it? Do you think all these allegations?
I haven't even heard what the Mr. Jones allegations are. I just saw
said
like
sexual assault,
sexual stuff, and I was like, well,
yeah, I didn't even bother because I said 30 page, yeah, 75, absolutely not. Yeah. So I don't know what the allegations are, but sexual assault. Let's just keep it general.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I mean, I think a man in his position is more than capable of sexual assault. Is the best way I can answer that question. I don't know Diddy in it, but I do know all of
Not
the
you
like
trying to be
interviews I've
candid.
seen. No, it's just like
You're
I
so
can't say
annoying.
I think he did it, and I don't even know
You're
the guy like that.
you're so annoying. Whenever it's a man and anything to do with sexual assault from a man, you can never just be like, "Yeah, I think they did it." It was like,
Nah, man, that's rude. That's rude.
All
What
right,
if
cool.
what if
I
based
think-
on fate, yeah, what if one day people are just giving opinion on some random thing that may have surfaced about me and none of it's fact, and they're just saying, "Yeah, I think he did it." I'm like, bruv, say that I was capable. Don't say that I did it. You don't know. And I legit don't know.
Boy, based on the fact that there's been a lot of,
There's been bare people saying the same thing about Diddy for a long time.
and there's been even Kid Cudi said that Diddy blew up a car in front of his house.
I mean, I definitely believe Diddy could be that guy.
Cat Williams said that Diddy always wants to party. When Diddy invites you to a party, you don't go. Turn it down. There's been people coming out talking about his Freakniks parties and how you could just stumble into the wrong room. That's how you just see what you're not supposed to see. You see how I did that? Just into the wrong room.
Come through the door. I mean, have you ever done that? Have you ever done that before?
What, at a party?
I legit did that at a party, not
I've
even
never
in
done
someone's
that.
house. I was in central London. I didn't know it was possible. I never experienced it. I just, my friends went to a different toilet. I was like, oh, they're taking kind of long. Let me go, because it was girls. I was like, let me go get them, like make sure everything's cool. Went down. The bouncer wasn't at the door that usually is bounced, and the toilet's through that door. So I just walked in, not knowing.
What was going on?
I mean, there was a bed in there. There was many people. And yeah.
So there was an orgy.
It was a different kind of party in this room to upstairs. That's all I can say. I was like, act cool. Act cool.
Did you back out? Did you back
Nah,
out?
I was having a good look. And I had to make sure I found my friend because they were getting a little bit drunk, and I was like, you know what I mean? I need to
Was
make
your
sure
friends in that
everybody was
room?
cool. People was in the room.
Was your friends in the room? I didn't say people. Was your friends in the room?
Oh, the friend was also in the room. They weren't in the same position as some of the people in the room, but they were in the room.
But they were in the room.
In the room.
I think I'm the kind of person, I'd walk in and I'd be like,
that's what happened on the inside, but I didn't back out. No. I was like,
no, I would back out.
I was
I'd be like,
single
"This is
as well
too
at the
much."
time. I was like,
I don't care. Yeah, I'm single right now. And I'm telling you right now, I'll be like, oh, this is too much. My innocent eyes, purely virgin.
wow.
I would be out of there. I'm like, this is too much. Especially if it's like, especially if it's my friends. I don't need to see you lot. Then nah, stop it. Nah, I don't need to be nah. It's cool. I'm out of there.
It was very interesting.
The way I would be backing out. I've never ever been in that situation before. I have when it comes to substances, but not anything sexual. So that's a different kettle of fish. But yeah, with Diddy, too much has been said. Too many allegations have been made. Too many people that haven't even made allegations, that have just like attended his parties and stuff, have come out and said things. Like, for example, 50 Cent, who is apparently doing
a
documentary, pretty much a surviving P. Diddy documentary, pretty much. So like, there's too much for there to not be element of truth to this guy's
alter ego,
extracurricular activities.
His name now is P. Diddy Do It.
Yeah, P. Diddy Do It. I think it's on a balance of probabilities. I think it's more likely than not.
It's definitely looking more likely for sure.
That he did some, I can't say all, but some of the things.
He has to have done something.
At least some of the things.
He has to have
done
something.
accused of. But at this moment in time, it is all alleged, and I'm making it clear because nobody's trying to be sued, and I don't want our episode 99 to miraculously fall
Disappear,
off the
yeah.
YouTube. We've had that before.
Yeah.
Don't want no problems. It's allegedly. It's allegedly. So let me put it like this, yeah? I think on a balance of probabilities, it's more likely than not that P. Diddy allegedly did at least some of the things that he has been accused of. Cool. That's my...
There we go. The legal
my roundup
has spoken.
Yeah, because, alleged. It's alleged.
It's alleged.
Alleged.
It's flipping wild though, man. But,
it is wild.
But you know what the thing is? He's a man who came into power from long time, you know what I mean? Like 90s. And it's that generation of the invisible up to now the hyper visible. And a lot of them guys who had power in that point were using it incorrectly. And now they have to pay the price.
Mad.
They have to pay the price.
I saw a tweet, yeah. People, listen, I love Twitter. I'm never coming off that app. That app, it's toxic, but it's hilarious at the same time. Somebody posted a tweet, and they said Trey Songz, and then the lottery hand, the national lottery hand.
Yeah.
They were like, "You're next."
His day is gonna be a mad day, you know. You know how he doesn't release music anymore. I think that's why. I think he's just trying to keep his profile as low as possible in a hope. But ain't no way. Like I feel like everyone's been saying Trey. The day is
from
coming,
when Keke Palmer came out and said what she had to say.
But then even down to if we're talking about recent affairs, wow, my camera is still just losing battery. I don't know why.
Typical. After I just said no more hiccups. Last week we had a technical difficulty. Guys, Venom's system said no to his video footage. So we're gonna do the rest of the episode with a still picture of our handsome co-host. And then hopefully if he comes...
I hope you don't mind.
Right. We've seen enough of him anyway. Now I'm joking. But anyway, what was you saying? Masego. So some girl
I'm
had
trying to do no face, no case. Yeah. Let me say some madness about Masego.
I see you. No. Just leave
timely.
Me. Just leave me. Just leave me.
Yeah.
Just leave me.
You can take the heat for this one.
So you're saying there was a meet and greet. Some girl had a video. Apparently he was being creepy. But creepy in what way? Mm-hmm. Creepy in what way?
So he was being creepy with his boys. So like he's doing a meet and greet, hugging the female fans. It's mainly female fans that's come to see.
Yeah, obviously.
And like each girl's coming up one by one, and then he's hugging them and saying a little few words, whatever. And then one of his boys over the girl's shoulder is like laughing or doing like weird kind of, like bro code type. We're communicating with very few words, but saying what we need to say to each other. But not very easy for you to understand because you have to be a part of the group to know what certain gestures and whatnot mean. But you can see that people are communicating.
Yeah.
And it was just, she said that it was just giving off very creepy vibes.
Allegedly.
And why would he do that?
Allegedly.
Yeah. Her opinion. No, her opinion. It's her opinion. I'm just recounting her opinion.
Okay, cool.
She said it was giving off creepy vibes.
Allegedly.
And why would you do that to your fans and whatnot? And then I spoke to someone else about it, and they were like, "Yeah, no, he's a horrible guy, allegedly." So, so apparently there might even be some more to come with.
There was a clip. There was a clip circulating about him on TikTok, but I didn't bother to like him. It was on a podcast or something, and he was talking about something, but I can't remember what he said, and I can't remember what was in the clip. So I'm never going to bother to try and talk about it. But that would be a shame.
It would, but again, even with him, I said, you know what? It's not far-fetched, and I wouldn't not expect it or not. Basically, when you're someone as talented as he is, having an amazing voice, and being able to play an instrument and having people flock to you in that way, from that point on, becoming a prick is a very, there's a small, you know what I mean, there's a small percent chance that you won't become a prick, given the circumstance that you're a musical genius with a really nice voice, you're 6'50", 100 and whatnot, and now everyone loves you.
That doesn't mean that you're gonna.
The incident.
That doesn't
angle,
mean.
It doesn't mean you're gonna.
It doesn't mean that you're more likely to be a horrible person.
Oh no, it definitely means you're gonna. Yeah.
But some people, it's just in them, and they don't remain humble. And I don't think that kind of thing you just get a switch just because you're now popular. I feel like most people that are like that, they've had a history of doing certain things at a smaller scale, and now that they've got bigger, they just feel the power gets to their head. Like when you look at Kels doing this from way before. Do you know what I mean? And that I don't need to say allegedly.
Yeah.
And that I don't need to say allegedly because man's in prison for it.
Oh yeah, he's convicted, boy.
Sorry, too excited about that.
Damn.
I really want P. Diddy Do It, Daddy Love, Sean Combs to I need him to go to court. I need them to do a trial. And I need a verdict so I can stop saying allegedly. That's what I need. So hopefully this case goes somewhere and it doesn't end up falling to the wayside because this guy throws money at it like the other ones.
Yeah. But I don't know if this guy is willing to settle because the way in which you take someone to court. Like Cassie took him to court in a particular way. I don't know if this is the same way or if it's different.
with Cassie though, the only way that she could get Diddy was to do a civil case because of how long it had been since these things had happened. So the deadline had gone for her to do it through the criminal justice system. That's why she had to go down the civil route. So that was her last try at doing it. And I don't think she even did it really to take him to court like that. I think she just wanted her reparations. And when she got that, that was the end of it. Like no point. No point in us reliving it, redoing all of this because it's traumatic to do that in court when you're ready to pay me my coin. So pay me my coin and that's it. And in paying that coin, she's done what she needed to do because off the back of Cassie, that's where all these lot are coming out the woodwork. She did what she had to do. She's got her P's and she's put enough doubt in people's minds to be like, we thought something was going on before, but now we definitely think something's going on before. Yeah.
Like,
and then in her doing it, someone that was with him for that long, do you know how powerful that is? Like, this girl was with him for that long. She didn't say nothing and now she said something. Okay, if she can say something, I can say something. And so people are coming out. So, I don't know the circumstances of this case. I don't even know if this is being done in a civil court or if this is done if this is going to be done in a criminal one. I need to go back and fact check that. But I do really want him to be tried, just like Epstein was tried, just like R. Kelly was tried, so that we can, have a court turn around and tell us if, they believe that it happened. And I know it's not guaranteed because the way that the justice system works, it's more like what can be proved rather than what actually happened. But I would be more comfortable saying that it was done if the court can corroborate the fact that they can prove that it was more likely than not that he did it allegedly. So I ain't taking no risks. I ain't taking no risks. So
I'm loving the placement of the allegedly. They're just killing me.
It's for comedic effect. You know what I'm like. So yeah. Yeah, that's that boy. So interesting.
Mad.
This is my last have you seen for the episode. So I'm time stamping it. Okay.
Time stamping.
Have you seen the situation between Monique, her man, and her son.
Monique, the comedian that's going to be touring with Cat Williams. No, I actually haven't followed anything to do with her since she had the beef and then decided to join that Cat Williams tour.
Which beef are you talking about?
So someone said something about her somewhere, and then she, off the back of that, was like, yeah, boom, I'm jumping on Cat Williams' tour.
So one thing about me, is if it's none of my business, I'm like, it's none of my business. Why am I here? So I didn't really listen to her eldest son. I didn't listen to his video, but he apparently made some allegations around his upbringing and some of his concerns around Monique's current husband.
Right.
And yeah, I think money's involved, all sorts of things. And Monique did a video with said partner as a rebuttal. And do you know what? I'm not bringing it up necessarily to talk about their family drama, because I don't really give a heck about that. I'm bringing it up because Monique calls her man daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And the man had a lot to say. Like, the eldest is not his child. And it kind of felt like the whole point, one of the points the son was making was, why is he involved in certain things? Why is he involved? And the first thing she did was, she did a video, and my guy was the one that was doing up spokesperson for her. And she was just pretty much like, yeah, he's my daddy. He's raised me. That's the language she was using. He's raised me. Da, 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 da. And I just wanted to get your perspective on women saying or talking about their partners in that way. And, you know, just in general, like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's a bit...
I ain't got no problem with a woman referring to her partner as daddy. I find that to be very situational, but if you're in the situation, it can be very cute and endearing. And yeah, it's weird from the outside because it's like PDA, innit? It's like some people find PDA super weird, but if you're in it and it's your experience, it can be really enjoyable. So it depends on the context when you say it. So in terms of her calling him daddy, each to their own. But when you're like, oh, he raised me and that kind of stuff, it starts to sound weirder.
Okay. I feel like I don't want to kink shame anybody in the bedroom. If you want to be calling your Mr. Daddy, Zaddy, whatever you want to call him, cool, fine. That's do you, boo boo. That's you in the bedroom. But I feel like the word daddy in a romantic or sexual context, for me personally, is too weird. It's too weird. It's too weird. Maybe because I have a relationship with my pops. So,
but you don't call your pops daddy.
I do.
I do.
It's I have a switch between dad or daddy, and it's because I'm a big time daddy's girl. Like, it is what it is. Like, self-proclaimed, ain't ever gonna change. So even by the definition of the word, my partner could never be my daddy. It's just not. Like, you're my man, you're my boo, you're my baby. I can call you baby. I can call you baby, darling, sweetheart, my love, all the other endearing terms. But you see, daddy, even as a Christian, brother in Christ, I can't call you my bro and then be doing up, I love you, one day we're gonna bone. I can't do that. That's not happening. Be friends in Christ. Until we do the do. That's how I see it. So I'm just like, that's strange. And then again, like you said, once you start adding on, you raised me, it's too much for me. I also have an issue with, like, when some women, when they're talking to their man or when they're talking to men, they change the tone of their voice to sound
I like that.
To sound childlike.
Not childish, but sweeter. Yeah,
no. There's a difference between trying to sound sultry and, you know, giving it a bit of, I know that tone. Me too. When I'm trying to, get my way or whatever. I know what tone to use to make it seem like I'm trying to be, I know how to do that. But I'm talking about where they start like using baby voice. To me, that is very, very weird. That, to me, it just doesn't sit right.
It's not okay.
It just doesn't sit right with me. And I'm not surprised. Hear me out. I'm not surprised that men like it. Because men are a bit twisted like that.
No, I don't like baby voice.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they like it. But I just think the baby voice thing is too much. Like, you can still be sweet and show that you're feminine and, you know, you can still do that.
Yeah, no, the baby voice comes out for a different reason.
No.
The baby voice is linked to, I guess baby voice is an indication to some degree that a woman is in the true belief that you are her protector and provider, because she literally becomes a child and you are supposed to solve whatever the issue is. I think she's just trying. People don't just be using baby voice.
It's a sexual thing. It's not that. It's a sexual thing. It's trying to be cute.
Not any time I've experienced it. Maybe you're talking about something like
no.
Specific, but different.
A sexual thing doesn't have to be in the bedroom. It could be, I'm talking to you, and because I'm attracted to you, and I want to appear more attractive to you, so I put on the voice. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's nothing to do with trying to be childlike because you're my protector. Blah, blah, blah. It's not that. This is what I think you're gonna find attractive. Because I think this makes me come across as damsel in distress, woe is me woman, more feminine. So you're going to put on this fake, childish voice to make the guy feel, do you know what I mean? That's what they do it for. Mm-hmm. It's not the protector. It's not that. It's more what I'm talking about. So I find that just a bit too, it's a bit too much. I can't remember what rapper it was recently. They're in prison and their partner, their phone conversation got leaked. And
I do remember.
I can't remember who the rapper is. I'll probably put their face on the screen or whatever, or their name on the screen at post-production. But
and she was talking.
They were talking. She was talking normal. And then all of a sudden, during the call, they were talking normal.
Yeah.
She was talking normal. And then the tone of the conversation switched and it became more sexual. And then she started putting on the baby voice like, oh, daddy. Oh. And it was like, yo, this is disgusting. Because it's like...
But it's each to their own.
I hear it and I ain't trying to kink shame. I said that already. But at the same time, it's like a dad is a father. A father is a dad. That's what it is. Like, that's what it means. So if you are convoluting your partner in that way, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm looking at you a little bit sideways. Like, okay, do you know what I mean? And not to give that...
Yeah.
Not to give that, you know, that... what's the word I'm looking for? Cliche storyline that, maybe because you're lacking a father figure in your life, so now your man's your father figure. It could be that, but I just think it's just too... I think it's weird. It makes me uncomfortable. If I had a partner that expected me to call them daddy, the relationship will have to end. It's not happening, mate. That's the one thing I can't call you. I can't call you daddy. I can't talk to you with a baby voice. I can give you...
But I think a lot of people don't call their daddies daddy. I don't know. Daddy, I call my dad,
yeah, but
so that's why I'm
but
like...
most children, when you're young, you call your dad daddy because that's daddy. That's a child thing. That's all the more reason why it's weird to me, because children call their dads normally daddy. You don't see a 5-year-old going dad. It's more likely daddy is what you're gonna. But as adults, as we get older, we start to associate the name daddy with being childish. So we start to change it to dad. Like for me, sometimes, like majority of the time I call my dad. Majority of the time. But I started calling him dad because I started to feel like daddy was childish. So I moved into the dad phase. So and that's the reason why I'm saying if you're calling your partner daddy, it's almost like a childlike daddy and daughter type thing, and I find that very, 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 very weird. Like, each of their own, but for me personally,
I don't know.
Grown woman calling her man daddy, it's just, I get it. Porn and all that has made guys think that it's sexy when a girl's like, oh, daddy. But no, I'm sorry. It's not, it just doesn't, it's just too weird for me to be calling your man daddy and then on top to be using baby voice as you do it. Come on now. It's too weird.
Yeah,
it's too weird.
It's just,
It's
the chemistry of the people. Like, I don't do that, but I definitely do get how in relationships people have these very strange learned ways of communicating with one another in order to speak to different parts of each other's psyche and whatnot. So it's weird, but
so what does it say about your psyche if you like your woman referring to you as daddy and talking to you in baby voice? And what does that say about your psyche if you're a woman who's calling your man daddy and you feel like you need to talk to him in a baby voice for you to initiate any sort of, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna leave it there, but that's what I'm trying to say.
The whole that baby voice and the daddy conversation are two different things, though.
They're the same.
I don't think they're the same.
I think they are the same. It's the same principle. The daddy is supposed to be what you call your actual dad. That's your dad. You probably called him daddy when you was a child. So if you're now using a baby voice, again, childlike, calling your man daddy is childlike. Using a baby voice to talk to your man, childlike. That's why it's the same. That's the
really.
That's the
connection. I'll tell you the other reason. I'll tell you the other way.
You're using a child's voice. You're using a baby voice to talk to your man.
No.
Baby
child's
voice
is different.
Baby voice.
Child's voice is
and
different.
Then you're calling him daddy, which is what children call their dads. That's childlike. It's been sexualized, but it's childlike. That's why
I think it's been sexualized.
That's why you probably feel uncomfortable calling your own dad, your actual dad. You feel uncomfortable calling him daddy because you think it's not mature. It's childish. That's the real reason.
No, I think it's I think it's more sexual than anything.
Yeah, because it's been made to be sexual.
Daddy more with
Yeah, because it's been made to be sexual, but I think that's wrong. It's not supposed to be sexual. Again, and that's why I said that's why I blame. I
think that the journey.
It's a journey.
No, but I think the journey is a bit more logical because
it's not.
Obviously, mummy and daddy's at home. Yeah.
Let me just go and get out the definition of the word daddy.
At home. Okay, but when mummy and daddy are at home with child, I'm talking like real mummy and daddy. They're referring to each other as mummy and daddy in the presence of the child.
Yeah, so that the child learns that this is mummy and this is daddy. Yeah.
And at some point they don't turn it off. So then they get into their bedroom and they're like, oh, how's daddy feeling today? And then there you go. That's the progression. But the baby voice thing, that's something else. That's something else entirely.
Yeah, I stand by what I say, boy. Because children call their dads daddy. And you as a woman, you're calling your man daddy. There's the link, the childlike link. And then if there's the baby voice, you're using a baby voice, childlike. So I stand by what I say. It's been sexualized, yeah, but that doesn't make it right. That doesn't take away the connotations that I'm explaining. And I just think it's a bit.
But then, okay, so just to bring it back to Monique then, she wasn't talking a baby voice, or was she talking a baby voice? When she's talking about this daddy guy who was obviously in the...
You don't have to use a baby voice. I'm not saying you have to use a baby voice to call someone daddy. I'm saying there's a link. There's a child. It's the childlikeness of it. It's the fact that calling a man that's not your dad daddy, you're reverting to a childlike state, because children use that term daddy when they're talking about their actual dad. You don't hear 3-year-olds going, my father, my dad. You hear daddy, right? So her referring to him as daddy and then saying he raised me. It's too weird for me. It's too weird. Even if she used her normal voice, whatever voice, I can't remember. It's too weird. Your partner doesn't raise you. They support you. They, like, there's other words you could use, but raise, that's, come on. It's too weird. Sorry. Nah, it's weird. Sorry. And
I have to watch this interview to see
the
nature of the beast.
She's like, he raised me, he this, he that, and then here he is, he comes in and he's all talking, and it's like, okay, he's obviously authoritative over her. He's got some authority over her, fine. But I have no issue with my partner having authority over me, because I do believe that my partner should lead. But then to take it the extra step and call him daddy, I don't care. Even in the act, if he was like, who's your daddy? I will shrivel up and dry up the Sahara Desert so quick. Because what?
Who's your
Don't bring my parents. Don't bring pops into this room. Please do not bring pops into.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Nah, man.
But that's just not a very English. You know what I mean? It's a very American. It's a very American cliche.
Doesn't matter. Most people, but even over here, like, I'm pretty sure people that watch porn, you're not localizing the porn that you're watching to UK porn, are you? Probably. I
mean, I might have watched some UK. I don't know.
But it's not 100% UK. It's not localized just to the UK. It's gonna be, you're gonna get some overseas influence. No?
Who knows?
Boy, I know.
Who knows what pops up on the screens? Who knows?
I know. I know. And I know it's weird. Sorry. It's weird. I know, and there's probably people listening who are into that stuff. And like I said, this is a personal thing for me. It's just, I just can't, I couldn't. It's just, nah. And you know what's funny? In African culture, we obviously, like in Nigeria, you don't use dad or daddy when you're calling your actual pops. You'll use like Baba, right? Baba.
Yeah.
And wives will call their husbands Baba as well. So it's that's a respect thing. That's like, he's the man of the house. He's the authoritative figure. So we call him Baba. That's just a respect thing. And also, again, it's meant to represent the age gap, because more time, wives that call their husbands Baba in Nigeria, they're younger than their husband. So they do it, and especially in the Yoruba tribe, the Yoruba land, age is what dictates the respect that you receive. So if you're older, then you can't be calling them by name because they're older than you. So that's where you get the Baba type thing. And normally it'll be, if you've got a child, they'll now call you, like, for example, my mom might call, I mean, she doesn't. She's such a rebel. But technically, she should be calling him Baba Dami, because my dad's older than her and I'm the first child, so it should be Baba Dami, as in Dami's dad, basically. But in that context, I get it, because that's more about respect. That's not a sexual thing. That's just a cultural respect thing. I understand that. But that being said, please, I'm a British Nigerian. If my man's older than me and he's Nigerian, I'm not calling you Baba. Sorry. I'm calling you by your name. The moment you married me,
why not?
You brought our ages.
Why not? But you said it's not a daddy thing. You said it's not a daddy thing. Daddy got taken out of the equation. Now you just said culture.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
You're still fighting.
No, why? Do you know why I'm not going to call you Baba? Because first of all, the moment you married me, you said we're the same age. If you know that you don't want to date somebody younger than you, and you want that respect, I'm not the one to do it with. It's not going to happen with me. So the moment you married me, you said we're on par. Therefore, first name basis. I'm not calling you Baba. Get out of here. I might give you a cute pet name, like, oh, darling, babe, baby, or maybe something more personal between us. But I'm not calling you Baba. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So.
Nah, I wouldn't do Baba from day dot, but for my kids, I'm definitely gonna do Baba, 100%. Because I just thought dad is played out. Like, it's so.
That's a
generic.
personal thing. Your kids can call you Baba if you want. I just think it's weird. If I'm not speaking Yoruba, why would I call you Baba when there's an English word for it? It's not gonna sound authentic. It's gonna sound strange, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, man. I just thought that was a cringy this thing.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it, man. I did not think it was going to be something cringy, though. It just presented itself like drama. So I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was...
I didn't care for the drama. I didn't even really pay attention to the story. Like, well, someone did this or this. Why do we need to know? Like, I don't need to. I don't need to be up in your family business.
It's back to this. It's back to this thing of celebrities having these discourses in public. But why?
I mean,
I get that her son obviously thrown the first stone, did his thing, said his thing in public.
Yeah.
But if that's my child, the next thing I'm gonna say is, please can you remove that and let's talk. Whether you remove it or not, I don't even care. But I'm gonna ask you to remove it. But then I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not talking to them. Who are they? Why am I talking to everybody? Literally in America, in Black America, so you just keep watching Black people in like small families, a family of 5, having a conversation in the main.
We've spoken about this bear, so I'm not gonna bother to go into that conversation because we need to wrap it up. But yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. 2024 has proven to be very eventful.
Yes,
a lot's happened already. We've had Cat Williams telling everyone's business. We've had no, do you know, I'm never gonna list it. We've just had a lot. This year has been.
It's been a lot.
And we've just hit March. So
even just
we've just hit March. So yeah, let's see what the future holds, boy. I feel like we're gonna have a lot to talk about this year. Let's wrap it up.
I think there's a lot on the cards this year. People are doing too much. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please give us a like, give us a thumbs up, follow us here, there, and everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and do the same with the comments and the ratings. We love all of that positive energy. What else are we saying? We've got our playlist. It's in the description. That's got all our tracks that we've been updating for not the whole 99 weeks, but it's got a good deal of tracks on there to get you through if you love a little bit of R&B kind of vibes mainly, but there's a few little spicy other tracks in there too. So yeah, until next time,
peace.
I've been the one they call Venom, and this is Damn It to the Zane.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Are you trying to do my vibe? Oh, it's been your homeboy Venom and your home Slice Damn It Zane.
Boy.
Go on. Let me give you your time. Go on. Have your time to shine. Come on. Yeah.
So hopefully you enjoyed the show. I've been your homeboy Venom. This has been the one and only Damn It to the Zane.
That's right.
Until the next time.
Peace.
I'm doing peace to the camera like the camera can see me.